Okay, here we go. We got the AMG 6 pistons. These are pretty slick. We're gonna get them repainted, all that good stuff. Got the E46 coupe. They're significantly bigger. Piston diameter and everything on them. So if you're curious how big they are compared to the 135i calipers, there you are. They go from a 345 to a 360. So the adapters from freakypartsco.uk. They're in the UK area. They make these custom billet. I'm gonna be doing a little. I bought these. It was $315 shipped. You have to email them to get the shipping quote across countries type of thing. Anyway, so right here, I'm going to grind down. I'm probably actually going to take it into work where I have a bit of a friendlier aluminum tool. And I'm going to grind these down. You can see my little scoring marks right there. That is the pad. That is where the pad sits, right there. I might have the machine shop at my work run it and knock off that quarter, or not even a quarter, it's like 1/8 of an inch all the way across and about a here and here. Not compromising any of this, so for anybody wants to get their 2 cents in. I did think about this. I'm gonna be doing something really dumb. That's why the grinder's out. I don't know where my guard went. I didn't use this last, so anyway, it hits right here, this edge right there. It actually hit on this as well. There's a rubber grommet right here that's no longer there. I'm gonna put it in, and I'm just gonna put it on the 1/2 so it just doesn't vibrate and rattle itself loose. But here's where it hits on the other side. You can clearly see. I'm only gonna take off about a not even a 1/16 of an inch, so 2 mil, not even that, roughly around there on both edges, just because it's more along the back side because it actually slopes upward towards it. I don't know if you can see this in the photo, but it actually comes, this is higher than right here. So where you'd think it'd be more centered, but it's not. There you go, that's a little bit better. You can actually see the grade in the marking. So that's where it hits on. My Alzor 510s. I wanted to run these, and I'm going to run these, because if I can get that to clear, I won't need a spacer, and I can just slap the car on, and you'll never know. Especially after I get these powder coated again. I don't know what color I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something different. But these are M3 rotors. They're 345s or 340s. 345s. We're going to be running. I'm going to start working on the rear end after this. After I get this situated and all that beautifulness, that's going to be done. I'll start on the rear where I can put my Porsche 996 with my rally road adapters. That'll be nice. That'll be fun to have. Because then you put the 750, the E38 750IL calipers or rotors retain your 330 stock parking brake or your 325. They're all the same. If anybody wants to argue over this, there is one difference between the M3 and your 325 knuckle, and this is it. The 330, 335, 328 are cubed right here. The M3 is round. As you can tell, I rounded mine because I'm taking off my Porsche 996 fronts, and I'm going to be selling that kit probably with my rear, because I'm never going to use them again. But my rear calipers and braided lines off the 330. So it was a great little track car. The amount of power that this car is pushing now, not so much anymore. So yeah, I can't even remember how big these were compared to the other ones, but they are beefy. And like I said, I gotta machine this down. I've reached out, I've asked them, they never got back to me, but at the same time, you know, I'm not even gonna argue it. They got it shipped out to me within a week of ordering, and we're very prompt, very friendly guys. So we're gonna run these on this overkill. Yeah. Oh, there is another thing that you need to do. I bent it out of the way, but I'm gonna have to cut this straight down, straight off, because the caliper and everything hits right there. And then when I'm gonna turn, I'm just gonna end up bending it back. So it's just really just gonna come right off. So we're just gonna snip that off, call it good. I'm gonna do it on the other side. So, and yeah, once that's all said and done, I'll bring it back up and we'll go from there. So, oh God, I forgot about it. Hold on. Ugh. Fucking cold in here. Now it's hot as hell. Anyway, so unfortunately, where they put my wheel mount spacer, or what is that? That shit. Where they put that, we're within very minute. Now that I sounded down, like I said, the top and that bottom portion. These rotors, I'm hoping that I actually installed this caliper on right. The more I'm looking at it, the more it doesn't look right. I won't know until I get the new rotors, the E90 rotors in, because this is how it shows up. And I feel like where the ears are is it will mount to it like this, less like this kind of thing. Well, see that versus this, I will find out when the new rotors show up. I do have to run a 12mm spacer just because of where the wheel weights are. That's the word I was looking for. Oh man, that actually took a little bit out of me because I was on and off, and grinding. So this is an 18-inch wheel. So it's an Alzor 510. Most of my Brembos have cleared. This is the biggest brake that I'm putting on this thing. So it's going to fill up this wheel well, which is going to, one, make me happy because I don't have to go buy new wheels. But I do have new wheels that are possibly coming in. The brakes are going to clear, the padding at least, just because that's going to, it mostly concurved with it. I still might take off a little bit more up here and down here, just for safety reasons on my end, my carefulness. It's so cold. You can see my breath. And that heater was on for a minute. Let's see. So yeah, right now that's them on. And it is a non-M, so where everybody's want to argue that it's an M3, this is not an M3, this is an M54. I do have M3 bits for it. I haven't gotten to. It's been in the thing. Like I said, this, the M3 trans, and the M3 diff back here. Again, both, well, not this, but the diff is for sale until I get it in. Because right now I don't really, I'm going to have to be doing a new alignment anyway, but yeah, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can wow you guys on that showed up. This is like the highlight of my day right now, because I've been waiting for these brackets for 2 weeks and then UPS kept saying that they're delayed, but this bracket that you see, let me get a flashlight, there it is. That guy right there, that silver bit. I'm a betting man, if you took it off a mil, or if I go and have it machined flat another mil thinner, there's more than enough room for the 360 rotor in here, because it's only a half an inch, or just over 3/4 of an inch taller, and we have way more space than that. If I knew what my measuring tape keeps running off to. I just had it. I know I just had it because I was measuring the rotors. Oh, right behind me. Ugh. So, I should try to take the wheel off, but I'm lazy right now. So we will have, 1 second, you're gonna stare at the tire or the, stare at that, that's a pretty car. Mount, 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 don't mount, okay, whatever. Anyway, you have a full-on 1.25 inches from what I can tell. I don't have my calipers, but it's definitely a lot more space. So I'm thinking I can zoom out for you so you're not staring at other shit. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm also gonna smooth over these edges. I don't like sharp edges. I like sharp edges, but I don't like sharp edges where my hands are gonna be moving. So there it is. 2012 C63 AMG brake calipers on a dusty, dirty E46 330 Ci. This bracket tree should work on actually all BMWs. The only difference is your rotor is going to be different on the X-Drive cars, or the sedans are going to be the same. The sedans will be the same. So I haven't found anybody that's got a review about these guys. Apparently I will be the first, which is kind of cool, kind of nice. The one thing that was kind of concerning is the factory ones came with a spring or a washer. These ones mount just straight on. Where's the hardware kit? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Losing my mind over here. Oh, I'm stepping on it. So it just comes like this. So that's clearly your mounting bracket bolt, and yeah, your spindle to bracket, and then this longer one is for the caliper. You could probably get away if you machined off, like I said, about 1 mil off of the Boss. Even if the guys over at Freaky Parts are listening, watching, you could more than likely get down that Boss down another millimeter, and you could clear a lot more wheels. I will keep an update on when my E90 rotors show up to confirm that, but right now I'm happy with my results. Next up is going to be the rear. Like I said, I'm actually getting really excited now because this gives me a reason. I'm hoping that the 12 mil is the one I need. If not, I do have a couple more. I even have some 15 mils over there. I just don't want the poke. It might poke a little bit, but it might suck in because I have coilovers on it, so that you can't see unless I do this. There you go, coilovers, bam. What's the other thing I'm gonna try? I think that's about it. I mean, I gotta wait for this one. The buddy wants to be over here. He wants to film the whole debacle of that, and if you want to see something cool, I'm gonna zoom in. My Black Widow got some random wolf spider or something, I don't know. Means I'm gonna have to spider bomb this place again and see how many die off. But this one, he wants to film it going down, even though everybody's seen it done 100 times. There's your 5-lug rear, your 5-lug front, M52, but with an M50 wire harness, so it's a B28 with a B50 valve cover. And he does have a racing chip for it, so it should compensate for the displacement at the higher end. He talked about buying those, but the problem is he runs a 16 and he doesn't want to go to a 17. Those will fit a 17, but you need a 12 mil spacer. Tumble down the rabbit hole you go. And hopefully the next one that I got for you, let me actually pull this off so you can see what I'm talking about before I sign off on this thing. One Mississippi. Okay. All lug nuts are off. Oh, wow. one always ends up staying on, you know. When you know, you know. Ugh. Okay, one sec. That froze. So, like I said, I just ground down. It looks worse than it really is, but it's not. It just curves now. Like I said, back here slopes upward. So I focused a lot more back here. You can see some of the dark spots where I need to polish it up a bit, make it a little more flatter, but you know. And then same down here, same area. I'll be doing it to the other brake caliper here in a minute and throwing it on the other side. And they get Freaky Parts. I'm gonna keep calling them the wrong name, and I'm sorry about that. Freaky Parts UK. They do sell the adapter fittings as well, or brake lines, so that is another plus. So if you're curious how you're going to get this to work, they sell the lines, the hardware, the adapter, and these are from Rally Road, where the Porsche needs a 90-degree. Mercedes runs this flared fitting. So there's your 90 on the Porsche, 90 here, BMW rear. That's all. And then they can't. This is new. Eric over at Rally Road started sending out shims. I guess there was fitment issues. So if you end up with his, you can actually dial it in a lot more. And I'm hoping that running the E46 750iL rotors, I can probably skip this step. But if it works out perfect, great. If not, I don't need to do M3 rotors. They're already on the rear of that. Well, you can't see it, but the differential right here. Oh, wow, that is terrible lighting. Okay, anyway, it's back there. Ow, bitch. So I won't need to order M3 rotors because I don't need to if I have the rears already. I think that's everything. So we're going to get to grinding. I'm going to try to compile these two videos together. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but we're going to figure it out. So, movie time. Just kidding. Probably just upload the two videos back to back.